Good evening. I welcome you to Strange Nexus, your portal to the realms of the strange, spooky, and unexplained. On tonight's episode, we delve into the sinister consequences of stealing from the dead, as recounted by the ill-fated writer William.
The rain hammered against the window pane, a relentless symphony of anxiety that mirrored the turmoil in my mind. I had always considered myself a writer, albeit a struggling one, seeking solace in the pages of my imagination. But as the days turned into weeks and my desperation grew, I found myself sinking deeper into the abyss of writer's block. That's when I stumbled upon the ancient tome. I discovered it tucked away in a dusty corner of an antique bookstore, its leather-bound cover etched with mysterious symbols. The title, barely decipherable in archaic script, seemed to call out to me. Whispers from Beyond, Tales of the Eternally Silent. I opened the tome, and as I read the stories within, my heart raced with excitement. Each tale was a masterpiece, a tapestry woven with words that seemed to dance off the page. The stories were chilling, macabre, and undeniably mesmerizing. I was enthralled by the darkness that emanated from those pages, drawn to the ethereal tales of horror and despair. It was as if the original author had captured something beyond mortal comprehension, a glimpse into the depths of the unknown. An idea began to gnaw at me, an insidious thought that took root and grew with every passing hour. What if I could pass off these stories as my own? After all, no one in the modern world knew of the original author, who had died hundreds of years ago. The allure of success, recognition, and escape from my own mediocrity proved irresistible. I couldn't resist the temptation. I painstakingly transcribed the tales, each one more haunting than the last. I submitted them under my own name to literary magazines, watched as my reputation grew, and reveled in the praise that was showered upon me. I became a sensation, the toast of the literary world, all the while basking in the glow of my stolen glory. But as the accolades and fame flowed in, so too did an unsettling presence. I began to feel eyes upon me when no one was around, whispers that seemed to emerge from the shadows. The line between reality and fiction blurred, and I found myself waking from nightmares that felt all too real, trapped in the clutches of terror. One night, as I sat in my dimly lit study, penning yet another tale stolen from the tome, a chill gripped the room. The air turned icy, and I heard a whisper, a voice that seemed to come from the very walls themselves. "William," it hissed, a whisper that crawled beneath my skin like 1,000 tiny spiders. I looked around, my heart pounding, but I was alone, or so I thought. "Who's there?" I stammered, my voice trembling. "You know who I am, William," the voice responded, its timbre carrying an ancient weight. My gaze was drawn to a corner of the room, where a shadow seemed to coalesce into a figure. It was a man dressed in clothes from another era, his eyes pools of darkness that held a malevolent intelligence. "You've stolen from me," the figure intoned, his voice a mixture of sorrow and fury. I didn't mean any harm," I stammered, my rationality crumbling before the supernatural presence. "You've profaned my work, reaping the rewards of my toil without paying the price," the figure seethed. "You will know the torment of your transgression." And then, the room was awash in a blinding light, and I felt a searing pain course through my veins. My vision twisted, reality warped, and suddenly, I was transported into one of the stories I had stolen. I was trapped within a nightmare of my own making, surrounded by the very horrors I had woven into my fiction. In one instance, I found myself trapped within a decrepit mansion, its halls echoing with the anguished cries of trapped souls. The wallpaper peeled away to reveal grotesque figures painted in agony, their eyes seeming to follow my every move. The creaking floors seemed to whisper secrets of ancient horrors, and the shadows that danced along the walls seemed to take on a life of their own. In another instance, I stumbled into a desolate graveyard, the tombstones bearing names that seemed eerily familiar. The ground shifted beneath me, as if the earth itself hungered for my presence. The wind carried mournful wails, and I could swear that I saw figures moving among the graves, their forms obscured by the veil of mist. Each step I took drew me deeper into the heart of the story, into the very essence of the horror I had once crafted with callous indifference. The original author's vengeful spirit was a constant presence, his voice a chilling whisper in my ear, guiding me through the macabre scenes that unfolded before me. Time was a malleable concept in this nightmarish realm. Days and nights melded together, the passage of time marked only by the shifting shadows and the eerie glow of the moon. I could feel myself losing grip on reality, my own identity slipping away as I became more entwined with the narrative that had become my reality. The boundaries between self and story blurred, until I no longer knew where I ended and the story began. I would witness events from the perspective of the characters I had created, their thoughts and emotions merging with my own. I would wake from fitful sleep, unsure if I was still trapped within the nightmare or if I had returned to the waking world. The original author's laughter haunted me, a cruel reminder of his triumph over my arrogance. He reveled in my confusion, my terror, my very existence becoming a testament to his power. I had become a puppet in his hands, a pawn in a game I could never hope to understand. And so, I remained trapped in this nightmarish storyscape, a prisoner of my own making. The horrors I'd once penned have become my inescapable reality, and the original author's revenge is a constant weight on my shoulders. I am condemned to relive the horrors I had stolen, to be both victim and perpetrator in a narrative that holds me captive. The line between fiction and reality has dissolved, and I am left to wander the twisted landscape of my biggest mistake, a warning to all who dare to steal the stories of the dead.
This reality never ceases to amaze me. What a tale. Now click subscribe and like this video for more Strange Nexus.